So I baked a cake. I baked a no measurement coconut cake, and it turned out absolutely fantastic. This is the second time I'm baking a cake in a long time. So I just started. I just wanted to share the process. I really just had like maybe 200 grams of butter, only because I used exactly half of that can, and I added sugar to taste. So I really don't know what the proportions should be, but I just added sugar and tasted as I went. Okay, so to be honest, this time I probably could have done with less sugar. The last time that I baked the eggs, I used 4 eggs for about the same amount of sugar and butter, and it was a bit too many eggs, one too many. So I reduced it this time and used just 3. And kitchen thoughts, something came to my mind, and I just wondered, like, you see how when we're younger, and siblings kind of have fights or we disagree, and sometimes it can be a case of I don't want to talk to you anymore, or even friends, maybe at school or just in the neighborhood. You have a fight with your friend and you think, I don't want to talk to you anymore, like, we're done. Sometimes neither person wants to apologize or come back or be the first to try to mend things, and it takes your parent, it takes an adult, it takes somebody else to say, go and apologize to your sister, or go and give that person a hug, or go say you're sorry, and things like that. And I wonder, and like, until they do that, you probably would just like sit in your corner sulking, or just playing by yourself, or playing with somebody else. And I wonder, I was just thinking about it, like, could that potentially be applied to people who are maybe newly married or in new relationships, whereby yes, they know themselves, but they like each other, but they don't know each other long enough. Because I'm thinking about it that, like, now, if I had a fight or a disagreement with any part of my family members, any one of my family members or my siblings, I would not think that would be the end of our relationship. Like, that's the end of me being your sister or your brother, or just being forever disconnected. I know it's different for many families, but I feel like for the majority, you're not thinking like this is the end of us, right? And many times you might not even need a third person to come and put you back together. You will somehow get back together. By the way, the eggs and flour, once the sugar and butter kind of incorporated together or have merged nicely together and start to look white, you add the eggs and stir it together, and then add flour to bring it back to the right consistency. So I've been watching my mom make cake for years, since I was a baby, to be honest. So I kind of just, at this point, I just use my eyes to kind of see when it's all good. But the eggs first, and then the flour, because if you don't have enough eggs, I guess you can always add more eggs, but the flour is to, bring the eggs back down. Anyways, back to my question is it possible, like, to maybe for the first initial years of like your marriage, for example, to have like one person who will be responsible for helping bring couples back when they have disagreements? Like, this person is gonna be the one that says no, and they have like no bias. Their responsibility is to bring you two back together, especially in the beginning, because in the beginning, like, you know that this person, but you don't really know them enough to vouch and say, yes, they will come back to me, just like when we're young. But now that we're older, I'm talking about in a family, you kind of know that, yes, this person knows me, that even though I did them wrong, I really didn't mean to hurt them. But that's because we've stayed long enough and we've gone through enough disagreements and come back from our disagreements to know that. But when we are a young couple, whether just beginning a relationship or a marriage, perhaps we don't know that. We don't have enough experience to say that, yeah, for sure, I know that this person is not trying to hurt me, even though they did. Maybe we still need that third person, that third party, I don't know, what's the thought? Like, is that something that's possible? Like, it would just be something that this is we haven't, I know they say you shouldn't take your issues out, but how about that person who is really just there, like, for the first year, first 2-3 years, whatever? That person's role is to just be that mediator, and your issues don't have to go outside. I don't know, like, I feel like that would be really helpful, so that people don't sit in their pride and then lose what's really important to them, like, relationship. By the way, the cake came out absolutely fantastic. My housemate loved it. He was like, wow, came back for seconds. Yeah, it was definitely moist. The coconut was giving, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So, all right, ciao guys, I'll talk to you again next time.